What's going on, everybody? Just making this video. It's going to be a case study and a training, all in one. And so, what I'm basically showing you is how we're using Facebook ads to get leads, right? Leads for less than 50 cents on cold traffic. In the process of getting those leads, we're able to collect data. We're able to sell. We're able to build a community. So basically, right? Basically, we're able to go into cold traffic, and for basically some of the cheapest prices, we're able to build an evergreen asset. And I'm going to explain that to you. It's not just using the Facebook group. It's not just using the email list. It's using this whole strategy in a synergetic manner, right? To grow your business, to build your audience, to always have people to talk to. It's not always about just having a list to sell to. If you're in this for the long game, if you're in this to grow long term, then you understand you're going to launch other products, you're going to launch other things, you're going to need market feedback. And so aside from being able to massively profit from what I'm about to show you, you're always going to have, let's just say a springboard, a really intelligent springboard for your ideas, right? So pay attention to this training. It's going to be cool. It's going to be value packed. Not sure where you're seeing it, but like I said, apply it to your business. The only way this doesn't work is if you don't apply everything I say. It's not a get rich overnight thing. It's not going to change your business overnight, but it certainly can change your business in the next 30 to 60 days, even sooner, especially depending on your budget, what you're willing to do, and how much work you're willing to put in. This can be super powerful. We use it in our business. We use it for our clients, and it really almost works in any niche. So you just have to be creative. You just have to know your market. And if you don't really know your market too well, you're not exactly happy where you're at. You want to make more sales. You want to make more of an impact. What I'm about to show you is also a really good way to get feedback from your market, from a lot of people who don't even know you, right? To get their feedback and then to go create something that they actually want, instead of the contradictory to that would be to create something and then you give it to them and then they don't like it, right? So this method is just awesome. So pay attention. I really hope it helps you guys out. Actually, I know it'll help you guys out. You just have to do the work. So check this out. Right, so this is a live case study / training. Yeah, you get to see the side of my head. You get to see my bun, my beard. I'll be sipping coffee occasionally here, so just get ready for that. I'm not going to make this training excessively long. I'd rather you guys go implement and put in what I'm showing you. So we'll dive right into it. For the privacy of our client, I'll be blurring out those sort of names and ID numbers in the ad account, but I'm actually going to show you the ad. I'm going to show you the group. I'm going to show you right on here. I'm going to actually, let me turn off my phone real quick so that doesn't happen again. Okay, so my phone's off. Right on here, on this, I'm going to be actually typing out some steps, right? Actually showing you guys, the 5 main things you need to keep in mind when growing this group, and using this strategy. So check this out, right? So right now, we're going to go over to the business manager, right? So this is we just set up a brand new business manager for this client, brand new ad account. I want to just get things off fresh. And so this is what I'm showing you guys. Like I said, I have the names blurred out here, but as you can see, right, this is their brand new ad account. They haven't really run Facebook ads in the past, so there's not much for me to show you inside their ad account, which is great for this case study because I literally can show you how we took someone from using nothing with Facebook ads, right, to just in 2 weeks growing a community that's responsive, that wants to buy, that wants to engage. And so it's really powerful. And look, so you can see right here, we spent less than $60, right? Less than $60 on these ads so far. So really low budget. And that's just been over the last 2 weeks. And what we've managed to actually do, if you hop over here, that same time we started that ad account, we started this Facebook group, right? And so you can see here it has 280 members. Sorry, that's popping up. And right here, 22 people want to join. So it's already a little bit over 300 people. And like I said, it says 183 new here. That's just from the last week or so. So the other half kind of poured in week 1. So it's been pretty consistent in terms of numbers. And so here's the cool part, and I'll just show it to you. Out of all these people, right, that joined, a little over half of them, a little over half of the people who joined actually left us their email and gave us consent to email them updates, offers, basically whatever we want. And so and let's just do that, let's do that math real quick. Right, so we spent, let's just say we spent $60, right? We didn't even spend that much, a couple dollars under. So $60 spent. Hold on, let me take off the underline there, right? So $60 spent, and we got about 150 emails, right? And so if you do the math on that, I don't know where my calculator is on this computer. I probably could actually, I probably could just type it in here. Yeah, look, there is a calculator. That's cool. So let's just do this real quick. Let's just go, what do we go, 60, right? And then I'm not too good at math, guys, so hopefully I'm not doing this wrong. But I think I'm doing it right, right? Take the $60, and then we would divide it by the 150 roughly emails we got. And that actually leaves us, that's why I said 40 cents. So yeah, I did do the math right. I did it before this. So 40 cents basically for an email on cold traffic. And on top of that, and let me just show you that real quick. So so we have these 22 people who are still pending to get accepted, but let's just click on that real quick. And check this out. Not only did these people leave emails, these people also answered questions, right? They gave us market feedback. And so that's what I'm trying to show you guys. The emails and the list and growing the group and the community are so amazing. But for a lot of you that are struggling or just trying to grow, or maybe you're stuck in an income cap, there's not really any secret sauce. Like, seriously, the best thing is to actually just understand your market more. You can craft your offer better. You can do your sales call. However you sell to people. Some people do sales calls. Some people do webinars. Some people do Facebook Lives. Whatever method you use to sell to people in, being able to speak to them to exactly the tune that they need to be spoken to is like literally monumental. It can be the difference between closing 2 out of 10 sales and upping it to 6 out of 10 sales, right? And so what would that do in your business? And that there's nothing else except understanding how to better speak to people. And so that's why this is so powerful. If you're a big player, if you're not just someone looking to make a couple bucks, if you really see the power in this, I bet you're getting excited right now, because to be able to go ask your market a bunch of questions for less than $60 and get their emails and get them in a Facebook group, I mean, jump on this while it's hot. Facebook changes its algorithm too much, so there's always different things coming out. But right now, as of October 30th, 2017, this is working hot. So I hope you guys are seeing this. I'm going to get this training out ASAP. So let's check this out, right? We have our requests here. And so we clicked on answered questions, right? I think I already had that up, but if you click on answered questions, out of those 22 that wanted to join, maybe they're accepting people as I'm making this video. So look, you can see, look, 1 email there, 2 emails, 3 emails, and they're answering these questions too. 4 emails, 5 emails, 6 emails, 7 emails, 8 emails. That's 9, and so there are a couple others. So, and now there's 9 there. As I'm doing this, they're accepting members. Look, there's 17 requests, right? And there's 9 emails there. So literally, and that's been the math the whole time. If there's been 20 if there's been 20 requests, the math has stayed true. There's been about 9 or 10 emails with that. It's so crazy. And so let's just kind of break it down a little further, right? So you can use the Facebook group feature to actually create. When you make the group, I'm not going to go into that side of it. Creating a group is pretty easy, but you just go in and you can create it, and you can actually set it up to ask questions. You can ask about 3 questions. So set those questions up. I always do the 3rd question is asking for the email. Set the first 2 up to get some data from your market. So let's kind of just break down these 5 steps, right? So what is step 1? Step 1 is determine the goal for the group, right? Like, you don't want to start, excuse me, you don't want to start running ads. You don't want to start running ads and spending money and not really know what you're going to do. So you want to have an end goal. Are you building a community to always reach out to? Are you doing a product launch? Are you trying to grow your email list? Like, determine one primary function that you ultimately want this group to serve for, and then build your content around that, build your marketing around that. The worst thing to do is fill up a group with a couple thousand people and not really know how it got there, or what those people want. And so, like, my big thing, and I'm going to actually type this in, right? I don't even know where to put this, but I'm just going to put it right here, right? Quality over quantity, right? Don't be look, someone could have 10,000 people in their group and another person could have 200, but if the person with 200 people is pulling out more business than the person with 10,000, who cares, right? Like, so that's why I'm always about quality over quantity. People come to us, they don't have a big email list, they don't have a big following. It doesn't matter. Look, if you're good, if you're authentic and you're good in your market, who cares? I don't even want to talk to 10,000 people. That's so hard. Like, I'd rather just talk to 200 people who actually care about what I'm talking about, right? Who actually care about my brand, care about my message. Think about that in your marketing. It'll also give you a more abundant perspective. Everyone thinks they need to reach the world and get another 1,000 followers, another 1,000 subscribers. Look, if you can't sell something, or you can't work, or you can't make something happen with the first 100 people, why do you need another 1,000 people? What are you going to do with those 1,000 people that's going to magically work? It's no different. Figure it out on the side of quality, because then when you do go for quantity, you can actually scale and it makes sense. It's not just this warm, fuzzy, feel-good feeling of seeing, oh, look, I have a bunch of group members, but I'm not making any sales. And so that's why I love this. It doesn't matter. You don't need a huge community. Look, I don't even care. I'll show you the ads in a second, and the numbers aren't the greatest in terms of like per post engagement, but who cares? They just showed you I'm getting email leads on cold traffic for 40 cents. And the relevance score is 10. I don't care about anything else. It doesn't matter. So really just focus on the importance of a few metrics, and then focus on quality over quantity. Be able to serve those 100 people with an airtight process, and then you go to the 1,000 people, and then you go to the 10,000 people. And that's how you scale big, right? So I think that's why a lot of people screw up with paid traffic. They think it's always like a matter of more. It's really not. And so many times when we get called, and sorry to go on a tangent here, but so many times when we get called into deals to do traffic, it's like 8 out of 10 times we don't even run traffic for the first 30 or 60 days because they're not ready for it. They're not set up for it. So just consider these foundational things, right? The fact of being able to speak to 100 people efficiently, that should be your goal if you're not where you want to be right now. So just keep that in mind. That goes parallel with this process. Step 2, create 2 to 3 lead-in hooks, right? So these are going to be 2 to 3 reasons why someone should join your group. And you're going to use these in your ads that I'm about to show you in a second. And you can even use them in organic posting on your Facebook or your Twitter or your Instagram or your email list. Create these 2 to 3 messages that you can kind of revolve around. They should generally be, they could be pain points in your market, but just, I guess pain points, right? You want to kind of you want to pique their interest and then make them realize that, hey, if they're part of your community, you're going to be giving them feedback to these problems they're having, right? So maybe you're building a group in the nutrition niche, and I actually have someone doing this. It's actually in the health, I think it's more like health and fitness. So nutrition would be kind of a subtopic for them. So that's what we did. It was like one of the things was planning meals. They learned that so many people in their market, their potential market, are really bad at meal planning. So I was like, okay, put up a basic ad and tell them that, hey, do you suck at planning meals? Is it stressing you out? Do you not really are you feel like you're spending too much money and not even getting the right food? Like, pick on those couple things and then say, hey, I've been there too. I know what you're talking about. I have a community here right on Facebook. Like, we talk about this stuff every day. You can come ask questions. You can come talk about it. Join my group. And then they join it. And then, by the way, hey, your first 2 questions can be like, what is your #1 struggle when it comes to meal planning? Boom, they'll give you the answer. And then 2, you ask another question. And you can change up these questions whenever you want. And now when you go to put together a coaching package or a fitness service, Now you have all these questions answered. You have an email list of people who've given you their email to talk to, and you have this community. It's like you're killing like 100 birds with one stone. I mean, not that many, but you see what I'm saying with this? Like, it's crazy. So create those 2 to 3 lead hooks. I don't know your market, so do your market research, do some due diligence, find out what people want, let them know that your group has what they want in a nice professional way, okay? Now, this part's huge. Step 3 is so important. Set up your inbound. Sorry, I'm bad at typing, guys. Set up your inbound. That's what I'm about to outsource, is someone typing for me. Set up your inbound protocol. So what does that mean? Hold on, coffee sip. Inbound protocol. If you have an assistant, this is for them. You know, if you have someone managing your social media, this is definitely their task. If you're still doing it yourself, that's fine. But again, either way, you want to have a protocol because, look, some niches are a little more viral than others. So like you could start spending 10, 20 bucks a day and just wake up with 50 group requests and all these emails and not know what to do with it. And you're kind of just like throwing your money away because you want to optimize every part of this process, right? So figure out your inbound protocol, right? Let's talk about that inbound protocol for a second. Right, so one of the things you want to do is set up your application, obviously, for people coming in, right? So your application, that'll ask questions, and that's right inside the Facebook feature. Ask questions, collect emails. Okay, that's the first part of that application. The next thing you need to set up, pinned post. Make it sexy. Seriously, look. Do a video. Just do a video. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You could try something else, but I promise you the best pinned post is a video. It lets people connect with you. And if you want, you can, like, your video can be what you want. So your video can just be a welcoming video to the group saying, hey, you know, if you left your email, great. If you didn't, click the link below to download, you know, whatever you want them to download or check out. You can invite them to register for a webinar. You can invite them to come be friends with you on Instagram. Like, you can control, because the first thing they see when they get the notification of joining the group is, hey, you've been accepted. They click on it, and the first thing they see is the pinned post. So that's like kind of your first impression. You know what I'm saying? Like your ad is more of an interest peak, more of a hook, and that's why part 2 is really important to get those hooks down. But this part with that pinned post, that's where it's like, hey, welcome to my house. Here's my living room. Like, do you like it or not, right? Like, they should want to sit down in your living room. So make that thing sexy. Make that pinned post sexy. The other thing, for emails, I recommend just doing an Excel sheet. I don't even know if that's how you spell Excel. But do an Excel sheet, and depending on your autoresponder service, back to the group here, see when people answer these questions, right? See how they answered and left their email here. Screenshot some of those. Before you start uploading these lists, just look, like, I hate Aweber. I'm just saying it on this video. They're the type of people that might ban you for this if you don't let them know. So call your account manager, just get in touch, be like, hey, I have this funnel set up. I can provide you proof that these people are giving me permission to email them, and they're giving me permission to be on my list. So just segment that nicely in an Excel sheet, somewhere where you can upload it. Take some screen capture proof, even if it's just a video scrolling through for 30 seconds, just showing all the people saying yes to the emails. You can send that into your autoresponder service, and it's literally the difference between losing your list or not. So just do these things, be precautious, because again, technically they're not, if they're leaving their email in that application, they're not clicking and putting it in, they're just giving it to you and saying, hey, send me some stuff. So you have to go put it into your Infusionsoft or your Aweber. And again, if you have someone doing this for you, these are protocols you want to train them on. Because you can really ramp this up. Like, we're going to ramp this thing up. This is only $60 spent across 2 weeks, so we're working with a real low budget on this one specifically. But now that and we do this on purpose because they didn't have a protocol at first. So imagine we sent them 300 people in the first 2 days and they didn't have this protocol set up. Now they're ready to handle, 50 to 100 requests a day, get them into the list, get them welcomed, get them engaged. And so that brings me to the second part of the fourth part of the inbound protocol, which is your follow-up messages. A lot of people will answer. See how question number 3. Let's see. I know there's one here. I know someone did it. See how question number 3, this guy right here, it asks for their email. They say yes, but they don't actually leave their email. They didn't really see that part. Message all those people. Create a conversation with them. It'd be foolish not to. So have a follow-up message saying, hey, welcome to our group. I just accepted you. I noticed you answered yes to number 3 about, whatever. Restate your question and then restate the fact that you asked for their email and say, hey, if you want to just drop your email in the chat, I'd be glad to send you over the stuff. 99.9% of people will go and drop their email. And now you just created a conversation with somebody. And I know the person who's selling high ticket stuff is like getting all excited because creating conversations with people is that's what rings the register, right? Connecting with people, having those conversations. So to be able to do it like this is super cool, right? They're the ones who gave you consent to reach out to them. And now you're the authority. Now you're reaching out and saying, hey, by the way, you're in our community, but do you still want that? And so it's that paradigm shift, right? Now you're not the person going out. You're literally spending 40 cents to get someone to come to you, answer questions, start a conversation, and get engaged with your brand. So yeah, that's awesome, right? Boom. Let's go to number 4. I don't even know where we're at. Yeah, we're at number 4. Create your engagement routine. Seriously, guys, don't just. And I'm a little guilty of it too sometimes. I think everybody is when you're starting this strategy out. Create your engagement routine, right? Don't add all these people and then like a week or 2 goes by and then you put in like your first or second post. Just your Sunday afternoon, whenever, cut 2 or 3 hours out of your schedule during the week and pre-create all your content. Excuse me. Don't go and put it into the group all at one day, but just create 7 days or 5 days worth of content. Create a post. And it doesn't have to be every day. It could be every other day. Whatever you want it to be. I mean, I'd recommend having it consistent, not just like one week and then 7 times the other week. Find consistency every other day is pretty good. 3-4 times during the week is a good gauge. And then just decide, write out the posts. If you're going to do a Facebook Live, write it out. Create your stream of content and automate it. Create a system. And again, if you have people working for you, if you have an assistant, have them create these types of things. These are things that need to be on your calendar for this stuff to work efficiently. This is a long-term game. This is building a brand. This is really getting people to engage with you. So your lack of consistency will be your demise. Create your content schedule. Create your engagement schedule. All right. I think it's time for the big heavy hitter, number 5. Make an offer. Boom, money signs. Now I got money signs because this is where you can make your money. This is where you can ethically grow, sell your product, sell your service, impact people's lives, and just change your business overall, right? So how you make your offers, your call, but you can do things like Facebook Live. You could do things like a webinar. You could do things like a sales call. And so what could that be? That could just be, hey, put a post in your group. Say, hey, again, we'll just use the nutrition thing as an example. Hey, I'm taking 2 new students this month. What I do with my students, I work with them really closely one-on-one. I only take 2 a month so we can make sure that we can hit their fitness goals. I'm literally going to be your 24/7 accountability coach. I'm going to help you develop the right meal plan. Whatever, pain point 2, 3, number, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. Do your thing, right? At this point, you should know what you're doing in that sense. Make that offer to them. And then boom, either invite them to a webinar if you're launching a course, or if you're selling a high-ticket service, invite them to a sales call. Or if you're good at talking on Facebook Live, just go on Facebook Live and pitch what you have to offer. You've given this community so much value if you've done your engagement routine correctly. If you're following the 80-20 rule, which is like basic college one. I dropped out of college, but this is basic 101 marketing, the 80-20 rule. 80% of your stuff should just be content, right? 80% of your stuff should just be value, networking, creating a good community for people. 20% of it should be selling. So just keep that in mind. You shouldn't always be like, hey, buy my stuff, hey, buy my stuff, hey, buy my stuff. It should be like, 3 or 4 out of 5 times should be, here's what you need to do to become better in your business or in your fitness or whatever you're doing, your finance, your law. And then, on the 5th time, you're like, hey, if all this made sense to you and you just want help putting it all together and just skipping the process of doing it on your own, let's talk or let's get on my webinar. think like that. And people are cool with it. People will buy from you. Like, people are so cool with buying from you. It's not the issue. It's just like, they just want to know you're educated. They just want to know you can help them. They know most of the time, like, there's no, if you're running a real business, they know you're not going to give them some push button secret to make their business skyrocket. They know you're going to give them like expertise. They know you're going to give them knowledge that took you time and years to acquire, and it's going to cut that time in half for them. So it's really not a matter of like hard selling and proving your point and just like showing you're the best. It's more so just like provide the fact that you have knowledge and that you're educated on the subject, and then offer to just tie it all together for them. And so that's like how the 80-20 rule works. The inverse 80-20 rule, which is also cool too, is that like 80% of your results are going to come from the 20% of posts and things you do, right? So 80% of your income is going to come from like 20% of the sales calls and things you do. So it's this crazy rule that was just kind of not very relevant, but I hope this training helped you guys out. Let me wrap it up by showing you the actual ad real quick. So if we go on the ads manager here, you could see, look, $10 spent, $10.75 spent, relevance score 10, 71 people taking action. I don't really care about the rest because I just showed you all the email stats. And if you click on it, look, we'll just preview it for you guys so you guys can see the exact ad. Again, I have their name blocked out here, but look, boom, how was I able to speak at so-and-so's event this year? Leverage places like HuffPost, Inc., Forbes, and more to explode my business. I talk about all of it inside my new group. Join here for free. Boom, simple ad. It's getting people in every day, emails every day, fresh business, literally for a couple Starbucks coffees a week. So implement this, guys. Look, if you want to grow, if you don't want to always just be going out and you want to be the person to start attracting, this is a great way to do it with a low budget. But you got to take it seriously. You got to be consistent. You have to value it. I wouldn't teach anything that doesn't grow our business on a daily basis. So please don't take it for a grain of salt. This stuff is killer. Send me your results. Send me your results and questions to korykahley@gmail.com. That's my personal email. Do not bother me and annoy me with weird things, but send me your results. Let me know how it is. Ask me questions. I'm here to help, guys. Later.